Buyers and sellers out there on the market, make sure you're getting fair value for your home there and make sure you're not overpaying for the home that you're looking to purchase here. So we're going to be covering the real estate market right here in the capital region so that you're not overpaying for that property and that you're getting top dollar for the house that you put your heart and soul into over the years. So my name is Chris McMahon. I'm a local real estate agent here in the capital region, and this is our monthly market report I'm going to be putting out for you. And if you're looking to sell your home and you want to know what the home is valuated at, check out below. Call or text that my cell phone number right there, and I'll be more than happy to do a free, no obligation evaluation on what you can get for it. And buyers, message me below and I will get you a buyer's guide out there so you can understand the steps of what it takes to be buying a house so that you're in position when you're ready to buy to be able to get in there and get an offer in and get that house before some of the other people, because it's a hot market out there. It's some competition for the houses out there right now. So that's great for sellers. But buyers, you got to get yourself all prepared so you're ready to go. Don't be sitting there wishing you had done this before. You got to know the steps and you got to be prepared for it. Okay, so my information below. Reach out, get a hold of me. But moving forward here, we're going to be going over the market report. We're going to start with an overall general view of the market in the capital region. Then we're going to break down a few simple areas there. And if there's not an area on here or there's an area I didn't cover that you're really interested in, because there's a lot of spots here I can't cover anything, or you really want to get down to a macro, micro level on things, let me know. I can do your own private video and get that out to you. So let me know what area that you're looking at here. But until then, let's go over here. I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to pull up these numbers and let's take a look at what we got going on here as we zoom out for the market as a whole. Okay, so here's the capital region as a whole. We're going to take out this and we're going to take out this right here. Right now, I just want to look at new listings, active listings. As we see right here, active listings went up slightly in the month of April. Okay, the winter weather is going away. Warmer weather's there. People start to come out. This is the start of our selling season, and so we're getting right into the thick thing. So seeing April bump up is not a surprise, and we're probably going to see more listings come on the market. Buyers, pay attention in the month of May. So let's get ourselves ready for this. Right over here, as we can see, new listings for the second month in a row come up to a little over 1,200, 1,230 right there. Over on this side, we've got our active listings. These are our prices that we're looking at. So there's been a jump in our active listings as far as the average sales price. Okay, it's gone up from 365 up to 389. So a pretty decent jump in that average sales price right there. So that's going to be good for buyers if you're looking to sell. You can see that price is going up here because we're also seeing the median price going up as well. So from 310 to 330. So those prices look like they're kind of ticking up here as we're getting into the selling season here. Right down here, we've got the absorption rate. The absorption rate has jumped up. It's about even. It's jumped up 0.03. So we're going to say that's staying even as far as the absorption rate. And the sold to list ratio, again, has jumped back up. We're at 98.9%. So it's below 100 still. So in general, across capital region, they're getting a little less than 100% of what they're listing for. And days on the market is dropping. So this can kind of be a significant show of a couple different things. One, inventory, and two, the amount of competition out there right now. So right now we're at 36 and a half days for our average days on the market. And as everybody knows, if you watch my videos before, you know my favorite part is to see where are these prices, what are the price ranges that these homes are going at. So coming right down here, we're going to see that 500 plus is at almost 150 right there. But that's a big range, right? So really that 300 to 400 range is 147. Right down here, that 200 to 300 range, that's going to be about 167 right there too. So that 200 to 300 range is where the majority seem to be selling in the 100,000 increments, followed by the 300 to 400. And then of course, that 500 plus is tough to really break it down on that one, but we know there's a pretty decent number of sales going on there. And a lot right there in that 400 to 500 range too. But really that 200 to 300 range is where we saw most of the sales come back in the month of April for the capital region. So now let's go down. We're going to break this down to a couple different areas here. And the first place I'm going to check out, we're going to start with Saratoga Springs right here, April 2025. Again, I'm going to take the pending and the sold out of there because I really just want to focus on active listings and new listings. So we're seeing the active listings jump up from 116 to 128. So an increase in that. Look at this spike in new listings. Quite a few new listings in April, signifying our selling season getting started off here from 53 up to 95. So that's a big jump on that right now. And again, I expect to see more of that continuing as we're moving into the month of May. Okay, but we'll see those numbers in our next month's market report. We do this monthly, so subscribe to the channel so you can get notified when new ones are coming out here. So right now here we got the median sales price, again, an increase in the prices. The average has gone up from 742 to about 850. The median's gone up from 625 to 736. So increase in those prices right there. Again, sellers in the Saratoga area, if you're thinking of selling, not really sure, you want to get top dollar, those prices are jumping up here. So maybe it's something to think about. Again, get a hold of me if you want a free evaluation of what your home could sell for. Now, absorption rate. The absorption rate now is a little over 3 months in Saratoga, and the list sold ratio actually dropped. It was at 103.5, which is a pretty decent amount over the asking price. Right now, it's still over 100%. We're at 100.7, so almost 101. So they're still going for over. And days on the market went up to about almost 50 days on the market. So a pretty steep increase on that from just over a month to about a month and 2/3 on it. And as we come down here and we're going to see where they come, we know Saratoga, it's got the highest price point in the area. So where most of these coming, of course, over that 500 range. We had 18 plus over the 500 range. That 4 to 500, we had 4, and then 2 at the 3 to 400 range. Nothing below that 300 range in Saratoga sold last month. Next spot we're going to go check out. Let's go up here and let's check out Albany. Let's dial us in here for our buyers and sellers in the Albany area. So we're seeing right here now active listings dropped from 65 to 60. So a little bit of a decrease, different than the average in the capital region as well as in Saratoga. Both of those are on the rise, but here we're seeing the active listings dropping in Albany. But new listings did increase from 70 last month to 76. So coming over here, increase in the price again, 290. Now we're hitting at 305 for the average sales price in Albany. And right over here, we got 299 for the median sales price. And we can see a pretty good jump from 270. So it jumped up, what, almost 30,000 as far as the median sales price in Albany is concerned. And coming over here, absorption rate has dropped. We were just under a month. We still went down a little bit further at 0.93 months as far as inventory. Probably a little bit to do with the increase in demand because of the selling season, but the decrease in the amount of active listings that are out there, which is probably a good reason why you see this pop up. Increased demand, decreased supply. It's supply and demand, economics, basic simple economics. It's going to cause prices to go up right there. So again, sellers in Albany, good time for you to maybe take a look and see if, is it time for you to, you're looking to downsize, maybe your family's growing and you're living in Albany. Maybe time to cash in and get that equity, which you can now turn around and use that equity to buy your next home. So the list to sold ratio was at 98.1. Now we're at 99.5%. So almost 100 range right there. And days on the market did increase to 28.7 days when it was at 26. So it jumped up about 2.5 days as far as the average days on the market. And where's that hot spot right here? Well, looks like we're at that 300 to 400 range. We've got 20, and that 200 to 300 range, there was 18. So they're pretty close right there with the edge going to that 300 by a little bit for Albany. Next favorite location, we're going to go and check out Clifton Park. Clifton Park, we stayed flat here with a number of active listings, exactly 33 to 33 on that one. So I know we got new listings jumped again. I think everyone so far, our new listings has gone up to 32 that month from 27. We're seeing a drop in prices over here. So the average or the median price dropped to 460, and that was pretty high over there. It was 517 down to 460, and the average sales price came down to 480 when it was over slightly over 500 back in the month of March. So we're seeing the prices drop slightly in there. So we'll see if that continues into our month of May here, if that trend kind of continues, was coming down, or was maybe this just significant of a couple high sales prices, or something that sold in the month of March, that kind of forced that, because you see it's a huge jump right here from February into March, and maybe it's just correcting a little bit because of that, but that's something we'll have to kind of check and see. That'll paint a little bit of better picture in the next month as we got here. Absorption rate did increase a little bit to just over a month, so it's sitting about a month. List to sold ratio is 103.9, which it was over 100 before, the month before. And we're coming right over here, days on the market. We're at 20 days on the market and 11 sales over 500,000. We've got that 2 to 300 range. We had 4 at 300. We had 3, and that 4 to 508. So there's a pretty high price point in the Clifton Park area as well. All right, let's jump right back in to our next area that we're going to be doing here. Let's check out We'll go Ballston Spa, Queensbury, and then finish up with Glens Falls. So Ballston Spa, what do we got going? All right, decrease in active listings down from 29 to 26, so a little bit less than that, but we do have an increase and quite a big jump over here in our new listings by about 10 new listings from last month. Again, decrease in the price, but we also see this spike in this area for Ballston Spa too. So it did come down again to 361 for the median, and for the average 416. Days on the market dropped, so 28.6 for days on the market. And if we come all the way down here, we're seeing the bulk of them are in that 300 to 400 range. So a little bit more affordable area than we saw in Clifton Park and Saratoga, right in that same area too. So it's a nice place. So we got 8. Not much in that 200 to 300 range there, but that 400 range, there's a couple of them, a few over that 500,000 in Ballston Spa. Queensbury. So we're moving up north here. So Queensbury, okay, we're back to that trend where things are trending upwards. So the new listings went from 13 2 months ago to 27, now to 34. So we're seeing more coming on the market there. Active listings went from 24 up to 28. So that's up slightly from the previous month. And what we got right here is average sales price went from 358 to 434. So pretty good jump in the average sales price there. We're seeing that in the median price too at 373, up from 331. So an increase in both the median and the average sales price. Absorption rate increased as well. We're at about a month and a third. List to sold ratio is at 97%, which spiked up from 93. So that's gone back up as well too. Days on the market has decreased, coming down. So we know we got right up here, we've got more inventory, but time is coming down, so it means a little bit more competition. So again, buyers want to make sure you have everything all set up, ready to go. So we're looking at just over a month as far as average days on the market. And coming down here, where's that sale? We got 7 in that 500 plus, but 5 here in the 200, 4 in the 300. So the majority of them came over 500 right there last month in Queensbury. And the last spot we're going to check out, a little small area, Glens Falls, the city of Glens Falls. And let's see what we got here. Okay, so a decrease in number of active listings and an increase in the number of new listings at 15. So I think we saw a trend. I think every place had, I don't know, most of them had an increase of new listings. All right. And it was probably about 50-50 with the number of active listings going down and about the number of active listings increasing. So depending on where you were, there was a little bit difference in that, okay? But the list price did come down here, 256. That dropped from 267, and the medium dropped. It stayed pretty much flatline. Pretty much flatline at 249 right there. And the absorption rate did drop. We're down to 0.23, so that's very short, less than a quarter of a month. So what's that saying? Like less than a week? The absorption rate. So things sounds like they're moving. The list of sold ratio is at 99.1. Days on the market, we're at just over a month for days on the market. And coming down here, where is this in Glens Falls that we're seeing most of these sales prices? This 200 range is really dominating with 7. We had one in the 300s, one in the 400, nothing over 500,000. And down here in the 100s, we had 2 homes sold in the 100 range. So kind of a more affordable area in that area in Glens Falls. And it's an up and coming area too. But so that's our area coverage. Now, again, if there's a spot in the capital region you're looking to buy in or you're looking to sell in, either one, reach out and let me know. I can do your own video because I can't, like I said, I can't cover everything. So I try and hit some spots here as we're going up and through. So that's our market report of the month. Subscribe to the channel, text or call my cell phone number, which the information is in the description below. You got any questions on real estate related, if you want to have a free evaluation of your home, see what you might be able to get on the market, or if even you're just looking to kind of get some information on the steps to buying a house, how to get yourself prepared, what is the process, the roadmap, what's the beginning to end roadmap, because there's a lot of things as a buyer that you're going to want to know ahead of time that are going to really kind of set you up and make it a much smoother, easier process for you. Okay. So that's it. Any questions, reach out, get a hold of me. In the meantime, we'll see you guys on the next video.